I discovered banjo party session when I was on my 20s, that it was at the beginning of the 90s. And a good friend of mine, he told me, hey, you have to listen this double album. I have to explain also that at my 20s, 90s, Franco died at 75, so the music in Spain, it was difficult. You know, Franco already was dead, but music, difficult to find, especially folk music, jazz. But it was a record label called Gimbarda, really popular around Spain, that they were importing, bringing music from other countries. And my friends say, hey, you have to listen this album. So it was a double album, especially because it was in the 90s. Banjo Party Session is from 75. So this record label from Madrid, they put together the Banjo Party Session. And I remember it was, wow, what is this? Banjo Party Session. And I don't know why, but I put the needle, on the vinyl. And I remember it was like, wow, it was like a shock, especially with the tune. I always explain Mr. Globo. To me, it was, wow, completely, really fast music, the sound of the banjo. So I was in love. So really quick, I discovered Banjo Party Session thanks to a good friend of mine and to the record label called Gimbarda, that it was managed by a man called Manuel Dominguez. Well, again, thanks to Banjo Party Session, because it was the first banjo. It's curious because everybody says, oh, I started learning banjo thanks to Flatten Scruggs and the Beverly Hillbillies, but it was not my case. It was Banjo Party Session, and I was in love. But at that time in Spain, it was no information, it was no internet, it was just a few videos. But at that time, I was playing guitar, finger picking. I was in love with Stefan Grossman, John Rainbow, Barry Jans, all the British finger picking guitar. But then I went to Barcelona to find music shops to find a book. It was really difficult, and I find the Pete Seeger video, that it was great. Wow, Pete Seeger, in the old video system. So, but the video, it was with a long neck, and my English it was not really good, but I was really confused with the long neck and the regular size of the banjo. And also my first banjo, it was an old banjo and really cheap, really bad. It was a gift from a girlfriend, but I remember trying to realize, how it works, because to me it was the fifth string, it was really complete. I didn't understand. So I think maybe the first kind of rolls or something, it was thanks to the Pete Wernick Bluegrass Banjo book. Then I discovered the rolls, and also it was a really important person in my life, a Catalan guy called Gavi. So the process at the beginning, it was really, really slow, just with a few books. And then another important moment in my life, it was also related to Banjo Party Session. It was when it was a concert. Somebody called me, hey, I have a flyer, says Bluegrass concert with Sharon Court, says it's Butch Baldassari, Bill Keith. And I didn't know Sharon Court or Butch Baldassari, but of course Bill Keith. I said, wow. So a few friends of us, we took the car and then we went to the concert. And my surprise, it was not Bill Keith, it was Jean-Marie Redon. So it was wow, the guy from Banjo Party Session. I think it was much better than Bill Keith, And then I still remember the first tune they played was Shenandoah Valley Breakdown, and then I was completely in shock. All my friends, because also mandolin, it was Tom Corbett, now a really good friend. And then after this concert, I was talking with Jean-Marie. I said, oh, I would like to take lessons with you. And then he told me, okay, if you can organize a workshop in Barcelona with enough students, I can come here, or if you want to come to Paris. But it was not possible, not enough banjo players interested, so I went to take lessons with Jean-Marie, and it was the beginning of my understand the instrument, because to me it was the first lesson, because since then it was the typical process of listening, put the needle, slow down. I remember I was in love with Hickory Hollow from Doug Dillard, and I was putting the needle, slow down, changing the pitch. Hickory Hollow was with capo 5, so it was completely amazing. And then after this visit to Jamboree, he told me, okay, there are a few festivals in Europe, and then I start going to different places and met other people. And then my process, it was a little bit more fast. But at the beginning it was really, really difficult. I have to mention that in Barcelona, bluegrass is not really well known. So since I started playing banjo, I wanted to play with people. So then I started going to the Irish jam sessions, to the manouche, to the jazz, because my intention it was I want to play this instrument with people. And then, but my first band, my bluegrass band, it was called the Wild Turkey Band, with a few friends, and we've been together. We've been playing together for I think 5 years or something. We record 2 albums, and we went to our very first European Bluegrass Festival. It was in Prague, before La Roche, and I remember it was, wow, it was amazing to see all these people playing the same music that we love. So with this band, we've been playing together like, yeah, I think 5 years, and then we split with different reasons, normal life. And then I started playing, with a Celtic band, with a trio. I was really interested on the single string playing, trying to play Irish music like the tenor banjo, and I was playing Irish music with a trio quartet. And then with a good friend, harmonica player called Joan Pau Comelles, we started the band Barcelona Bluegrass Band. And it was kind of a mix of blues and bluegrass. And we've been playing many years, I think more than 10 years. We record 3 albums. And the band, I think it was really successful. But our project, it was more on the bluegrass and the blues, and also a little bit of Irish. And then after the Barcelona Bluegrass Band, I started doing, my own project. Always I wanted to record my music. That since I started playing banjo, I wrote my original music. So I record my first, not my second solo album, and I was lucky to have Jean-Marie Redon on 2 of the tunes. And then also after, I started doing this flamenco project that now I'm involved, that I'm trying to copy the flamenco sound and trying to bring to the banjo. Right now in Barcelona, we have a festival, Bluegrass Festival, and we are really active also organizing jam sessions and workshops and concerts for other people coming to Spain. And also we have a Bluegrass Camp that we are really lucky that this year, 2025, it was the 10th anniversary. And in fact, next year, 2026, is going to be the 25th anniversary of the Alras Festival. And well, how it started? It was a coincidence. I remember with the band I mentioned, my first band, the Wild Turkey Band, we play in summer, the typical concerts outside. Somebody told us, okay, you have to come to play in a small town because there are a few people that are crazy about bluegrass. I have to mention that at that time, the end of 90s, beginning of 2000, it was not a lot of information like now, YouTube, blah, blah, blah. So all around Spain and Barcelona, Catalonia, it was people interested in bluegrass. But everybody was, kind of in his house, no information. But anyway, so we went to this small town, and it was a surprise because a lot of the people from the town loved bluegrass. Oh, and so it was, I remember we spent all night. The concert, it was kind of typical Spanish time, starting at 11, but we played for 2 hours, but then it was kind of a, hangout party until the day it was, sun was arriving. So, and then after this concert, the people from this town, they say, hey, we are in contact with the city hall, and maybe we can organize a concert. At the beginning, it was kind of a private party, a barbecue, because these people from the town, they say, okay, we would like to organize a barbecue with people coming with the instruments. So it was the gem, from the festival, and we did 3 years, and then the people from the town, they were interested. Okay, why to open this activity to the people? So we organized the first edition of the festival, and it was kind of more acoustic music because bluegrass music, it was not well known. So we decided it was acoustic music, and it was Irish music, klezmer music, that it was really popular at that time, and bluegrass. But I think after 7 editions at the festival, and I have to mention at the beginning, the festival it was outside, and it was sponsored the money from different villages because it was countryside. So one of the towns says, hey, come to our place, and then we can, we can give you more money. And then the festival, we change the date to November, and the festival is inside. And since then, the festival is quite popular. People from everywhere are coming to the festival, and it's 4 days. And about the Barcelona Bluegrass Camp, the idea it was from one of my students, an old man called Xavier Cardús, that he told me, "Hey Luis, what about campus?" And I say, "Wow, it's not possible in Spain. I think in Barcelona, enough people interested." So well, this man Xavier was pushing, "Hey, think about, And then one year we decide to start on 2015, and then wow, the surprise it was enormous, because 100 people attend to the Bluegrass Camp. So since then we've been really lucky to have Tony Triska, John Reisman on mandolin, Jean-Marie, Sharon on vocal harmony. So since then we're really happy. We are keep going organizing this festival and this Bluegrass Camp, and also all the jam sessions we organize in Barcelona. And of course, if somebody's coming to Barcelona, we organize workshops and any kind, to promote the bluegrass and old-time music. Right now, I'm really happy because this year it was published a banjo book about the music of John Reisman, and I'm really, really happy. It was a lot of work, but thanks to this book, you can play some of the most popular tunes from John Reisman. That I think is beautiful fiddle tunes. That is, it's not really difficult to play this music on the banjo. And for the future, I'm thinking on next album. Also, working on my trying to put. It's really difficult to adapt the flamenco music, especially from the guitar to the banjo. But for the future, I'm thinking on my my next album, playing all around Europe with my new band, that is Ondra Kozak from Czech Republic on guitar, and Rafael Mayet from Paris, and of course Maribel Rivero on bass. So my project right now is trying to book nice festivals, nice places to play, and then play good music with good friends, and travel and have fun with the banjo.